Welcome to Brixham Yacht Club, regarded as one of the premier yacht clubs of the Southwest. Also reputed to be one of the friendliest. I'm Phillips, the Commodore of the club, and I'd like to welcome you all to the Musto Skiffs National Championship, which will be held on the English Riviera. Due to present restrictions, we're not able to hold our normal Commodore reception. However, I will be around both on and off the water, so I hope to catch up with you then. For those of you who have not been to Brixham before, this really is a fantastic sailing area, and I wish you favourable weather and fair winds. Whilst ashore, you will be able to enjoy the hospitality of our club and hopefully get a chance to spend some time in the area. During your stay, should you require anything or need anything, then either ask our member of staff or any of our many volunteers. I hope to see you all in September.
Thanks, Terry. I too would like to welcome you to Brixham Yacht Club. My name's Sean Semmens and I'm your race officer for the week. I'm a national race officer and done plenty of these events before, although I will have to concede that never before for a rather high octane boat like yours. I've done a few moth ones before, but this will be an interesting event for me as well as you. I like to think that I'm a reasonably approachable guy, and this event is being organised by us, but you are the sailors and you are the customers, and it's very much our intention to run the racing in such that we provide a regatta that suits your needs and is enjoyable for you. I have done a fair bit of competitive sailing myself, so I think I understand the requirements that you have, but nonetheless, if I run any of the racing in such a way that you think could be improved, for instance, longer start lines, shorter start lines, longer legs and the like, please don't hesitate to tell me. I'm afraid I can't really affect what the race that's just happened, but I certainly can do my best to improve things as the week goes on. I'd like to introduce Robin Meads. He's our judge for the regatta. He's a national judge, and he will be offering arbitration as well as full protest for the week, but he'll also be in and around the Dinky compound as the week progresses, and will be here to help you with anything related to the club as well as any rules advice. The boat park will be available for you to arrive with your boats between 10 AM and 5 PM on Wednesday the 2nd of September. Prior to arrival, each boat should have been issued with a tally number. This should relate to your entry number. When you arrive at BYC, there should be a tally board adjacent to the slipway, which will have a series of trolley tallies that will be attached to the trolley on your boat. If you have a road trailer, your road trailer is allowed in that bay. However, your trolley must sit on top of the road trailer and your boat must sit on top of the launching trolley. So, any large trailers or any double stacking trailers there is no room for at BYC. Such boats, trailers will be needing to be removed, and we offer a storage area at Brixham Cricket Club for £15 for the week. There are instructions on the website of how to find the cricket club, both in description on the arrival at Brixham Yacht Club and also in the form of a map that is posted on the website. Once your boat has been put into your bay, can you please be considerate to the other fellow competitors and leave the site as soon as it is practical in an orderly manner. Due to the COVID situation at the moment, we are not planning on doing any daily briefings. The timetable for the day's sailing schedule will be posted on the WhatsApp channel each day at 08:30. The anticipated daily timetable that I will be sending out by WhatsApp will read something like this. 08:15, race officer to talk to the class representative to discuss the day's sailing. 08:30, the race officer to post on the WhatsApp group the timetable for the day's sailing. 09:15 to 10:30, dinghy parks open. 10:30, committee boats and marked layers to leave dock, safety boats to mobilise and usher fleet out of the area. 10:30, first groups of sailors to be launched. 11:55, first warning signal. 1430 to 1500 likely recovery of leading boats in and around the slipway. Launching and recovering of your boats. Please read the dinghy part launching and recovery requirements which support the sailing instructions. This is a document to support the sailing instructions and our rules of the event. When coming ashore, please put your boat back in the same bay as that you were in when rigging that morning. Please bear in mind that we will have a strict tallying in and tallying out system. No more different to what most clubs run. There will be a tally board that will be adjacent to the slipway, but they can be worn either on your ankle, your wrist, or clipped to your buoyancy aid. You are to take that tally before you launch and then to put it back onto the respective hook before or as you come out of the water. We will launch the boats as soon as flag D has been displayed ashore. It's expected that launching will be in and around the same time as the timetable sent out by WhatsApp. For launching instructions, please follow the instructions from the Beachmaster, and launching will commence upon the display of flag D from the flagstaff at the compound. Once launched, all boats can proceed out to the race area. Please can you all avoid the main fairway in Brixham Harbour. Brixham is a commercial port. We have ferries and we have trawlermen. The ferries, they're pretty tolerant of most waterborne users. The trawlermen, it should be said, aren't. The trawlers will be using the main fairway between the red and green fairway buoys and typically turn to starboard as they round the Brixham Breakwater Lighthouse. They normally head then straight for Berry Head and they don't take any prisoners. Please bear this in mind and stay away from their transiting area. Ferries, on the other hand, they also go in and out of the main fairway and they typically steam between Brixham and Torquay. These ferries almost always have paying passengers on board, and part of the remit of the ferry companies is to entertain their customers. So it won't have escaped some of your notice that the racing area is going to be in the immediate transit between Brixham and Torquay. The ferries are on that run line. Do not fear. If we moved our racetrack area to the west to avoid the ferry transit, all that will happen is that the ferries will divert their track to come towards the entertainment that is you, the dinghy sailors. Vice versa, if we went out to sea to avoid them in that direction, you can guess what will happen. They will follow you there. The ferries are very used to us being in the area. They will come close, but they will not come through the race area itself. So don't be alarmed if you see ferries coming towards you. They will come close to the race area, but they will divert around. Your safety boat team will be monitoring their VHF channels and will be in discussion if any ferries are coming too close. In the event that any of your competitors require assistance whilst out on the water, we have a very ample safety boat fleet that will be there to help you. That said, in these COVID times, they are obliged to stay clear of you unless absolutely necessary. So, what will happen is that the ribs will stand by, they will look out for you, and most notably they will be counting heads to make sure that you are safe. However, should you require assistance, we have a coding system of a waving with either an open hand or a closed fist. An open hand waving means that you require assistance. Two waving hands waving in a frantic manner means that you need assistance really rather quickly, and if you hold your hand up with a closed fist, it means I've got an issue, but I'm on it, I don't need you to come near me, but please just stand by. Our safety boat teams will be well aware of this system, and this will be our way of maintaining social distance away from you, yet maintaining our duties and duty of care to offer assistance where required. All safety boats are carrying PPE in the unlikely scenario that it is required after having to rescue one of your competitors. Please be advised that we would request that any long hair is either tied up or a tight-fitting hat is worn. Any boat that's retiring on the race area, can they please inform one of the race committee boats of their intentions. The committee boat will be a 32-foot wooden sailing yacht with yellow painted hull. I say the word sailing yacht with a certain amount of caution. It is most definitely a very good committee boat, but not so good at the sailing parts. The boat's called Mary Flora, and we'll show you a picture of it on the screen now. On the starboard aft quarter of the committee boat, we will display the course information. This will have wind, which will be the axis that the race course will be set up on, and the number of laps to sail. It will look a little bit like that. In the event of a change of course, it is expected that we'll be changing the windward mark and the spreader mark. The change of course is expected to be signalled at the leeward gate, so that's marked between marks 2P and 2 starboard. There should be a patrol boat that is stationed slightly downwind and in between the marks, displaying a C board and either a red rectangle to denote that it's been moved to port, or a green triangle to denote that the mark's been moved to starboard. It's likely that there'll be a bearing for where the new mark will be on that board as well. The same patrol boat will be making sound signals. The committee boat may well be making the same signals and repeat it. So in the event that the signalling goes wrong from the patrol boat, they will be displayed on the committee boat and the same sound signals made. The change windward mark will be a orange dumpy mark. The change spreader mark will be a red 1 metre spherical buoy. These will be laid before removing the old marks. The old marks will be removed as soon as this is practical. Please note that when we signal a change of course, it is quite possible that the new marks are not in position at that time, but they will be in position when the lead boat arrives at that station, and the new marks will be moved to the position as indicated. Returning to the shore. Please bear in mind that when you come back into Brixham Harbour, first of all, we would like you to avoid using the main channel, as stated for the same reasons when we were talking about launching. The trawlermen will treat this as sport, and we would rather you all came home safe and sound. Secondly, you will note that when you launched, you will have already noted that the slipway is very narrow, and we do also have rockfall on the landward side. There is some good news. This rockfall is fendered off with a wooden fendering that does allow you to tie alongside, I should say hold alongside, whilst your trolley is being recovered. Returning to the shore and procedure for approaching the harbour and slipway. The slipway at Oxon Cove that will be used to launch and recover the boats is quite narrow and exposed to the north. It is essential that the fleet follow instructions upon returning to the shore to avoid excessive congestion at the slipway that can result in damage to your boats. 1. There will be a patrol boat located at the slipway, midway down the harbour and at the entrance to the harbour. Boats will be called to hold station at the most seaward point, and they'll be released in manageable batches to the next station, creating an orderly line ashore so that as one boat is being pulled up the slip, the next boat will be provided their trolley from the shorting. 2. The first boats to the harbour will be permitted to sail straight to the slipway, but they must pass via the holding patrol boats. These patrol boats will call to the shore with tally numbers so that the trolley is waiting at the slipway for boats' arrival. 3. Once more than 2 boats are in the vicinity of the slipway, patrol boats by the slip and mid-harbour will each hold back and then release boats in order to enable a continuous flow of recovering of boats. 4. Once the recovery process is underway, boats approaching the harbour will be required to sail a loop around the patrol boat by the harbour. Each boat will be released by the patrol boats to proceed towards the slipway via the other patrol boats. Every effort will be made to release boats towards the slip in the order that they arrived. 5. This procedure has been implemented and refined over the past few years during our larger fleet championships and is now well proven. The system is to establish a safe and orderly recovery process. The system relies on patrol boats calling to the shore the boat and tally numbers so that the trolleys can be found and stacked in the order that boats will approach the slip. The system has proven highly effective and results far less delays on the slipway finding trolleys, and it reduces risk of boats being damaged and your equipment. Your patience is requested and the shore team will do all they can to recover the boats as fast as efficiently as possible. Please do not ignore these instructions or push to the front of the queue or the boats ahead of them, because the system will break down and your trolley will not be ready for you to come out of the water. Once ashore, all boats are required to return to their dinghy park bay immediately. All de-rigging, removal of sails, foils, etc. shall be done in their boat bays where possible to allow the next boat ashore and to minimise congestion. This concludes the briefing for the Musto Skiff National Championships this year. I do hope you have a good time. Please don't hesitate to talk to me. I'll be available after any time after sailing, and I hope to have a beer with you somewhere along the line. Many thanks.